All right. Good morning, everyone. So it's morning here in the Philippines, no, and I think it's in the evening in the United States. No? So welcome to the official recognition of the Philippine Science High School National Alumni Association North America Chapter. As we gather here, O Lord, in the harbor of your safety, we thank you for your fellowship and family. We ask that you strengthen us, restore us, and inspire us with your love. Lord, would fill us with your peace, so that as we journey onwards, we would pour out our love and grace to others. Lord, would fill us with your peace, so that as we journey onwards, we would pour out our love and grace to others. Make this endeavor as an avenue for us to be able to serve our fellow alumni, the community, and the nation, Lord. We ask that our souls would catch the wind of your spirit, so that you will take your promises to all the earth, and enable us to fulfill our functions and our inspirations and duties, for us to be able to carry out our mission to the community. Amen.
Good morning, everyone. Okay, to the PSHS System Directors, PSHS Alumni, and guests, good morning and good evening for those in the United States. Today is a milestone to the Philippine Science High School alumni community because we will be meeting our alumni from the North America region, and we will be recognizing them as an alumni chapter. Konting kwento lang, back in 2019, we only wished we can do this, having official alumni chapters. So the idea was based on the need to reach and connect with as many alumni as we can, if not all, so that we can do more, we can accomplish more, and create more relevance and impact to the NAA. N meaning nation, A alma mater, and A fellow alumni. So we worked on the mechanics and guidelines for regional and chapter representation for 2 years, meaning in a span of 2 terms or 2 boards. So finally, it happened. So thank you to the NAA Board of Trustees for laying the framework and working so hard on the details of the campus Alumni Association and International Alumni Chapter formation. Again, also thank you to the proponents and leaders of the North America team led by Pauline. They accepted our invitation and challenge. Challenge talaga namin sila to organize themselves and be the first international alumni chapter of the NAA. And you did it before the homecoming, di ba? Parang true Pisay fashion, no? Cramming, last minute. Yes, and we hope more will follow, maybe a Japan or Asia chapter or Europe chapters perhaps. Now we will help you make it happen. And then thank you also to the PSHS system administrators, the Office of the Executive Director, and all the 16 campus directors. They have always been our partners in our endeavors in the NAA. And of course, to all Pisay alumni, thank you for being open to new things, for your continued support and participation in the many initiatives not only of the NAA, but also of the foundation and the PSHS system. And I urge you to be more proactive members of our community because the rewards are truly worth it. I encourage you to reach out not only to your respective batches and campuses, but to each and every member of the NAA as well, whether it's by volunteering for an activity or supporting ongoing projects. Trust me when I say it goes a long way. After all, Pisay is family, di ba? Pisay is home, and you now have a new home in North America. So, thank you everyone for joining us today. Sige. One.
Alright, thank you, Ate Elaine. Next part of the program tayo. So, next program is to introduce what is PSHS NAA. Our chairperson again, Elaine Macatangay Morales.
The PSHS National Alumni Association, or NAA, is the official organization of all alumni or graduates of the Philippine Science High School system. It is the official representation of all PSHS alumni to the PSHS system. It serves as the umbrella association and link of all campus alumni associations and international alumni chapters. The NAA office or headquarters is located in the OED building of the PSHS system, Alumni, Quezon City, Philippines. The PSHS NAA mission and vision is to be the global and esteemed community of PSHS alumni in the service of the nation, their alma mater, and their fellow alumni. The establishment of PSHS campus alumni associations and international alumni chapters is in line with the following objectives of the PSHS NAA. 1. Further ties among the alumni of all the existing campuses and those that may be established under the PSHS system. 2. Establish contact among PSHS alumni for mutual assistance in their personal and professional development. 3. Organize the members' collective efforts in assisting their alma mater in the fulfillment of its academic mission as a world-class institution for secondary education. 4. Cultivate and foster close fellowship among the alumni through gatherings and social civic activities. 5. Provide forums whereby the various disciplines could be integrated meaningfully with the larger Filipino society. 6. Encourage and implement the formation of regional and geographical organizations of PSHS alumni. The governing body of the PSHS NAA, which is the Board of Trustees, consists of 15 elected members and the immediate past chairman of the association. The campus and chapter representations aim to increase engagement and involvement of PSHS alumni to support the initiatives of the PSHS NAA. These representations form part of the support functions of the PSHS NAA. The campus alumni associations shall serve as the primary affiliation or home association of PSHS graduates. The international alumni chapters shall serve as the alumni affiliation of PSHS graduates in a specific locality abroad or outside the Philippines. With the new mechanism and guidelines on campus and chapter formation, the NAA is looking forward to the organization of campuses like the ones we have for Western Visayas Campus, Central Visayas Campus, Southern Mindanao Campus, and Central Mindanao Campus AAs. Pisayian is the service arm of the PSHS NAA. Under this program are projects which cater to the PSHS community, such as the Pisay Doc or Doctors on Call, Scholar Assistance, Student Assistance, mentoring, and other specific assistance programs, among others. Pisayian's framework is aimed towards more streamlined and sustainable initiatives of alumni among the different campuses and chapters. As of today, there are 22,727 alumni from 14 campuses nationwide, with the main campus comprising 44% of the community. The Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao regions contribute 20%, 19%, and 17% to the alumni population, respectively. Of the 7,770 members of the PSHS NAA Facebook group who indicated their current locations, 6,631 are based here in the Philippines. Many others are in the United States, Australia, Canada, Singapore, Japan, UAE, UK, New Zealand, and Germany. The formation of campus alumni associations and international alumni chapters will help for more strategic initiatives and projects that are directed to the needs of the PSHS community and the Filipino people. Streamlined and collaborative efforts in addressing concerns of these communities will thereby create greater impact to the intended beneficiaries of alumni-initiated projects.
Alright, thank you Ate Elaine for that very informative video about the PSHS NAA. So, ito yung sinasabi namin kanina na the one we had dun planning back in 2019. So, we organized how the NAA will address all of its duties and responsibilities to the NAA, to the nation, alma mater, and of course, the alumni. So, next would be the introduction of our dear guest speaker. He's one of the members of the Board of Trustees coming from the Southern Mindanao campus, batch 2006. He's also the current Student Services Division Chief of the Southern Mindanao campus. And also in the NAA, he's the chair of the Regional and Chapter Representations Committee. So this committee is the one who formulated the rules and the regulations for this accreditation of chapters. So without further ado, I'm introducing you Michael Casas.
Thank you so much, Bon, for the introduction. Good morning, everyone. To our guest speaker, our beloved campus directors, our PSHS NAA officers, and the PSHS North America chapter team, fellow Pisay alumni, our guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Our guest speaker is from main campus batch 71B. He has a wide involvement with the PSHS National Alumni Association. He was director from 1991 to 1994, vice chairman from 1989 to 1990, and chairman in 1990 to 1991. In 1994, during the PSHS 30th founding anniversary celebration, he was awarded by the PSHS community, the PSHS Alumni Association, the PSHS PPA, and the PSHS Foundation Incorporated a plaque of appreciation for spearheading the actualization of the PSHS dream of giving meaning to the achievements and identifying the best of its crop through the creation of the Gawad Lagablab, the Outstanding Alumni Award, and nurturing this as a worthy tradition. Gawad Lagablab awardee in 1998, he was a Gawad Lagablab awardee in 1998 for quality management. Our guest speaker is now retired and remains active by sharing his 38 years of experience in manufacturing management. He is now a consultant and trainer for local and overseas clients. Since retirement, he has been pursuing an advocacy of introducing the TREES problem-solving and innovation methodology to the Philippines. It is a methodology used by some of the world's leading companies and considered as one of the secrets of their success. He is the only internationally certified Level 3 practitioner and instructor in the Philippines. He has been teaching it pro bono to schools, hoping to further enhance the development of the future generations of problem solvers and innovators. As a way of giving back to the PSHS, he had introduced the methodology to the STEM faculty during its National Teachers Convention in 2017. He has taught TREES Level 1 to a select class of grade 11 students and STEM faculty at the main campus and to selected STEM faculty from the 15 regional campuses of the school. In fact, I was one of his students during one of his trainings and learned a lot from him. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great honor and joy that I introduce to you our speaker for this morning, Mr. Irving Guerrero. Let's welcome him with a warm round of applause.
Magandang umaga sa inyong lahat. Magandang gabi naman doon sa mga nasa United States. I hope you don't mind that I'll be speaking in Filipino English. Pilglish, hindi yung Taglish, because it's the more politically correct way of saying it. And also maybe for you in the United States, para hindi nyo makalimutan ng ating inang wika. Now, First of all, I would like to congratulate the Philippine Science High School National Alumni Association, and also, of course, the North America chapter. This is an achievement because as far back as the 1990s, when we were talking about this, we could never move it forward. And then I was really pleasantly surprised when Elaine told me about it 3 days ago. Wow, sabi ko, finally, after 30 years of discussions or even more, it has come to become a reality. So Pauline and your group, I congratulate you because this is a gargantuan leap, malaking achievement ito towards the realization of the vision and the mission, not only of the school but also of the Alumni Association. Now, I don't have a prepared speech. I magkukwento ako because I think that the people involved in all of these efforts must understand where all of this is coming from. I have the advantage of 54 years of being a part of the Philippine Science High School. I hope I have also been a part of the school. 54 years. We are jubilarians kami ngayon eh. So 50 years. Tapos 4 na taon pa kami sa Science High School. The first batch na nagtatapos in 4 years. So 54. But not only that, I have a certain advantage. I had the rare opportunity to be coached, to be mentored, to be inspired by somebody who has been a pillar of the Philippine Science High School. And I know many of you will remember, she was the second director of the Philippine Science High School. I'm referring to Dr. Habacon. And I'm telling this story because this is the story of the dedication of a person. And many of you know that she was dedicated to the school, but I personally know because I call Dr. Cleofe Bacungan Auntie Fe. I am married to a niece, and so after her retirement, she lived with us. So we were talking Pisay over breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and any other opportunity. So ganun yun, So that was, and maybe you must also understand how much the Science High School was her life because she was a stay-in director. She lived in the dorm. Nandun siya sa campus nakatira noon. And then when she retired, she lived with us until, at that point, she was still actively involved in the foundation, which she also organized. Now, what is this story? That every time we would talk, she was always telling me, we have to do something to support the school because the government cannot provide everything. And it's also very difficult, she tells me. Every year, they have to go to Congress, dun sa Appropriations Committee, to justify the existence of the Philippine Science High School. And always the question they ask, ano na ba nangyari dyan sa mga estudyante ninyo? Ano na ba naibigay niyan sa bansa? Asa na sila? And they found it very difficult because they could not locate everybody. And even if they did, they didn't know much about the alumni. So she was always telling me the Alumni Association has to be actively involved. Even lahat ng kahit na sinong pwedeng tumulong kinakausap niya. So yun ang and that's why, in a way, that's also the reason why maybe for about 40 years, officially and unofficially, I was the default representative of the batch to the high school in all sorts of activities. And that's also why I became an officer and eventually the chairman. At that time, we called it the chairman of the Alumni Association. And so there was a discussion, dapat mayroong alumni chapters all over the place to help us locate. But still, there was this problem. How do we get them to come out of the cracks, out of the woodwork? And then, dun lumabas yung concept ng Gawad Lagablab. The Gawad Lagablab is the report card of the school. These are the best. These are the people that we have developed. And they are just representative, but there are more. So, kaya lumabas yun. And the mechanism for the Gawad Lagablab was developed such that the batches will help in the search. So you have to be nominated by a batchmate. In fact, during our time, you cannot be nominated by only one. It has to be at least 5 para at least makakuha ka na naman ng additional na tao na malalaman mo na is somewhere out there. So that is the history of all of this. All possible mechanisms to get people to find where they are and get them to be involved, get them to go back, get them to give back in whatever form. So I was floored when I saw the invitation of Elaine. Sabi ko, wow. 30 years in the making. That was during my time. Maybe earlier pa hinagawa, there was already that. But perhaps an organization like ours really takes time. And because there are certain, I don't know, maybe it's because of, let's be scientific, inertia. Coming from rest, it's very difficult to start something moving, di ba? So, but when you are already moving, you have gained velocity, then it is easier to push it further, di ba? Yun. So, I'm very happy that this has happened, and I congratulate again those people in North America. You are the second largest group of alumni. Of course, the Philippines has about, nandyan sa North America. I was looking at the statistics given by Elaine. If the Facebook group is a good sampling of the distribution of the alumni, we have alumni in 43 countries in the world. Kung tama yung bilang ko, niliit eh. 43 countries in the world. And that 7,770 parang islands of the Philippines lang yun, 7,760. Yun ang nasa Facebook. And yet all of us realized the power of Facebook. You can pin drop, magpaparachute yung message mo to anywhere in the world using the GPS because they know where you are. So lahat yan, So what am I saying? It is now a giant step, and that a single step is the beginning of any journey. So now we are moving forward, and I'm very happy that this has happened, and I'm sure when people from all over the world realize na there is a way, because all of us, I know, may reunion tayo. Every time may pupunta sa ibang lugar, may instant reunion yan. Every time merong magsama-sama, medyo jubilarians, they go as a group. The same way we've done in our batch. Eventually, during those events, meron pag-uusapan about the school. But now that there are the guidelines, now that there is the structure, now that there is a way by which communications can be improved, then things will be easier to do. And then, just what I saw a while ago, yung about Pisay serve, okay. I was amazed again. My goodness, this is something that it's something that people will really get interested in getting into. Kaya nakakatuwa na, and I've always said, Elaine has been a blessing to the school. And I will say that again. Imagine that what this is all about. Anyway, I will end this talk, marami na akong kwento, by saying, when you give back to the school, you give back to the Filipino people. When you give back to the Filipino people, you give back to the country. And when you do that, you are fulfilling the mission of the Philippine Science High School. There is this saying that there is strength in unity. And unity is better defined by people coming together. And then there is another concept of synergy. The whole is bigger and more powerful than the sum of the parts. We are parts spread out all over the country, or all over the world. But if we come together, we are bigger and more powerful than us operating separately in our own corners of the globe. So again, congratulations to the North America chapter. You are the pioneers. And congratulations to the NAA for this superb initiative. And congratulations to everybody in the community, the alumni, the campus directors, who I know have been working very hard to achieve that dream, that we are a part of the larger community and we are giving back and also giving forward. Maraming salamat sa inyong lahat.
Let's give Sir Irving a warm round of virtual
Thank you,
applause.
thank you.
Ayan po. Sir, thank you po for that message, no? So I would like to highlight what Sir Irving mentioned about synergy and unity. So now that we are moving forward, as he had said in his speech, no, we could gather, unite, and synergize all our efforts to help our NAA, Nation, Alma Mater, and co-alumni. Yan po. And si Sir Irving came from batch 1971B. So, officially, in the year 1971, two batches yung graduate, no? And they were the first batch to have the 4-year curriculum ng ating social science curriculum diploma. And as chairman, Sir Irving, in 1991 to 1992, this was also the year when the association was incorporated and registered in the Securities and Exchange Commission. So, nung time pa lang nila, sir, no, they had a significant milestone to formally incorporate this and register to the SEC. Yun. So, after 30 years nga po, we are able to come up with this representation and recognition of campus alumni associations and chapters from outside the Philippines. So, thank you po, sir, and everyone. We would like to proceed with the next part of the program, which is the awarding of the North America Alumni Chapter Recognition and Certificate. So, this certificate is the unsigned form. The signed form will be given to the chapter. So the Philippine Science High School National Alumni Association Incorporated gives this certificate of recognition to the PSHS North America Alumni Chapter. This states that the entity that is a duly recognized and affiliated body of the PSHS alumni located in the North America region. This has been approved by the Board of Trustees in its meeting last August 29, 2021. And this will be signed by our chairperson, Ms. Elaine Macatangay Morales.
Ayun. So, congratulations, PSHS North America Alumni Chapter. So, officially, you are a recognized and affiliated body of the NAA. So, we'll send you the physical copy kasi may ilalagay pa kami dyan mga authentication thing, no?
Some feedback from our audience. From Miss Marichu, I am Marichu Antonio from Canada, a batchmate of Sir Irving Guerrero. So, batchmates, unite. So, like us and Pauline is my batchmate also from the main campus. So, is this also for Pisay Canadians? Yes, it's North America, so it encompasses the whole continent, no? Is it right, Pauline? Yes. Yon. So, which was answered also by Sir Rafael Tobia. The all of North America. Canadians are definitely welcome. Miko, the chair for this committee, also sends his congratulations to the chapter as well. And Evie, also my batchmate. Yay, thank you. Congratulations, everyone. Thank you, Pauline, for leading the way. So, Pauline Banzon Perio is my batchmate that spearheaded together with Susie, no, of batch 94, right? On this initiative. And of course, all the Pisay alumni in North America who trusted this initiative and worked its way to be officially recognized. Which also, Pauline Don, also our batchmate and her namesake. As congrats, salamat Pauline for all the effort. And John Michael Carillo also sends his congratulations. And Mama Richu as well. With this, we proceed with the next part of the program, the acceptance and commitment from the lead of this initiative from the North America chapter, Miss Pauline Banzon de Perio of Main Campus Batch 2006.
Hi everyone. Before I start my acceptance speech, I just want to share a quick presentation of our story and what we plan to do and plan to contribute to the NAA, the PSHS system, and by extension, the Philippines. How did we start? This all started in the summer of 2017 when the PSHS Foundation reached out to the alumni, specifically here in New York, but generally speaking in the US, asking for help in funding the 2017 Clean Tech team. We just kind of organized ourselves over Facebook Messenger, figured out, okay, who can sponsor the students, and from the collective efforts of the alumni, spearheaded by Batch 1994, funds we were able to collect funds to send them here, house them here. Some of the 1994 alumni welcomed them into their homes, and as a bonus, we were able to show them around New York City and Washington DC. So it's not all just work. Like they could also enjoy their stay here in the US. And then 2 years later, there's another team who qualified for the same competition, and this time around they were sponsored mostly by Batch 1971B, and Tita Marichi was pretty much their de facto guide then. Same thing, just housing them, funding their trips, and showing them around New York City. And with the pandemic last year, Spelman had their competition online, but there were two representatives from Philippine Science, one from Maine, and I can't recall which campus it is, but there's another team from a different Pisay campus from that year. So it's becoming a trend that it's almost like we have Spelman representatives every year, and we figured we can't just rely on one batch to shoulder everyone's expenses or most of their expenses. So we realized we need to be more organized, structure ourselves, and pool resources to make this more sustainable going forward. And then with us, parang Avengers, we're being called by the Spelman team, and then that's when we just get a chance to get together and gather. And that's when we realize, oh my God, there's a lot of us here, and this is just the New York, DC metro area. Who knows where everyone else is in the Midwest or in the West Coast? So we just realized, we really need to get a structure or a group together to serve as a vehicle to for us to network, get together, see where the resources are, what we could do to help each other out, or figure out what else we could do outside of sponsoring these competitive teams. So with that, Pisayian is born. Mr. Guerrero, I'm pretty sure you're gonna appreciate our branding here. It's kind of like we met you halfway through your Pisayantist name.
Yeah.
So, kinulang ng one syllable, but we were halfway there. So we figured, let's get a group together, create a network. Ultimately our goal really is to establish a nonprofit organization here, a 501c3, and that would just give us, it would pretty much force us to get a structure because the IRS would require it. So kind of like similar to incorporating the NAA back in the day with the SEC, we want to do the US equivalent of that here. And there are certain benefits to becoming a nonprofit organization here in the US. One of which would be tax deductions, and at least personally for me, what the biggest sell for me is employee matching. In my company, they match, donations 2-to-1 up to a certain amount. And I'm pretty sure a lot of our alumni here would have a similar employee match structure here in the US. So that is something that is not available if we're not registered with the IRS. So, it's kind of like we're foregoing free money. So that's ultimately the goal. But, it's a process. As you may know, like it's pretty much like starting up a new company. There's a lot of paperwork involved and all the legalities and all that. And here's our general objectives. We would want to provide networking opportunities, mentoring services, support to students who are competing and also studying abroad. And with the pandemic, I feel like it's more important than ever to be connected with each other. So that's also one of our goals. And, so this journey has been going for almost 4 years now, since 2017. And sometimes, the stars just align. But, when we started to reach out to the NAA, this must have been last year or a few years ago. They were in the process of, creating the structure and the guidelines for different chapters. With the pandemic, also, it freed up some of our time, and I personally became more introspective of, maybe we should be doing more than our job functions. Like, we should be contributing more to society. So it's just funny how everything just kind of falls in line. And then also coincidentally, it's our jubilarian year. So it's just an extra bonus that we were able to do this in our jubilarian year. We started as the Pisayian, but eventually we will transition to the PSHS North American Alumni Chapter, in line with the bylaws. So if you see or hear correspondence from the Pisayian, just know that it's also known as the PSHS North American Alumni Chapter. So don't be confused. Don't think it's a scam. We're all one and the same entity. And then, so how can you get involved? So you could join us in our Facebook group, the Pisayian. You could also like our Facebook page, the Pisayian. You could follow us on Instagram, and we also have an email distribution list, and I will share the link to the form if you want to fill that out now, or share it with your batchmates. And then this is my last slide. What's upcoming? What's next for us? Like, what are we planning to do? So on September 18th, we just want to get together via Zoom, just introduce ourselves, say hi to each other, figure out where everyone is around the world, across the US or in Canada. And just if you have any ideas, or if you want to give us suggestions of what you want us to do, or what we can do to help you out, whether if you're a student currently studying here in North America, or you're thinking about pursuing higher education here in the US and Canada. Tita Fides Kuchonko, she's here on the line. She has the resources to help out aspiring students who wants to compete with the International Math Olympiad. And then, we're kind of doing that with the clean tech competitions, and we kind of want to expand the support beyond that competition. We kind of want to make our mark globally and, show that Pisay is a global high school that could generate winners. So speaking of students that are currently here, we want to meet you hopefully in person. So reach out to us. Let's coordinate, see if your Thanksgiving break or winter break would work better for you. And yes, please, if you have any leads on how we could start our 501c3 organization, I see the comments, and we've been in touch with Miss Faye. She's in the Zoom call as well. Hopefully, we could get the paperwork going, and hopefully within the year. And then I'll just transition to the acceptance speech. I certainly did not do this by myself. I had a lot of support from a lot of people. And if I leave out someone, I'm so sorry, but you know who you are. You know how you contributed to this. I want to start thanking the 2017 Clean Tech team, because they were the ones who really sparked this. Without them, we would not realize, how many alumni are here in the US, and, how giving or how ready the alumni here to give back and help whenever they can. And then our signatories, the NAA asked us to have 15 active members of the NAA to get this started. And I initially thought it was a tall order, but everyone stepped up. So I'm just gonna say their names one by one. Annie Cayaban Wilderman, batch 1970 in DC. Marjo Carriazo, batch 1973 from New York. Carla Escoda, 1976 from Connecticut. Eric and Fides Cuchonco, 1976 from Connecticut. Maria Garcia Villacorte, 1986 from New Jersey. Frederick Alfredo, 1990 from California. Gwen Ortega Linya, 1992 from New York. Susie Grace de Guzman, 1994 from Georgia. Chico Alexis Alejo, 1994 from Illinois. Ann Aaron, 1994 from California. Jake Estrada, 1994 from California. Rona Lansangan, 1994 from California. Pauline Non from Washington, D.C. Thank you so much. Without you stepping up and signing our letter of intent, we wouldn't be here accepting the certificate. So thank you very much. Batch 1994, batch 1971B, they were the ones who were funding the Spellman team, and very active in giving us feedback and support. So thank you. Yeah, Susie's not here. She's really the one who pushed me to explore this. So thank you for always pushing and and giving inspiration to get something going. To Fides and to Eric, we literally just met each other a few weeks ago, but they've been a huge help. Tito Fides has already offered to put together a database. I want to shout out Jake as well. Jake has been sitting on the Pisay.net domain with the goal of eventually integrating all the Pisay related websites into one big network. As the PSHS North American chapter, we don't have a website yet, but hopefully we get to launch that. So anyone who's not on Facebook, you have a way to reach out to us. Just in closing, even though we left the Philippines 10, 20, 30 plus years ago, we left our heart in Agham Road. I am personally thankful to Pisay for giving me the tools and the resources to be where I am now. And then, I've made a lot of friends, and I've been in touch with a lot of them still. A lot of them are here in this Zoom call. Special shout out to batch 2006. My batch has been very supportive and very encouraging. So thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you, Pauline, and thank you for the whole PSHS NAA North America chapter. And just to read some from the chat box, no, from Sir ABC Pin of 82. Please get in touch with Miss Niza Verata of Batch 82. She's the treasurer of US PAASE through our batch project CMBNG Awards. I think this is the Natatanging Guro. She was able to establish a tax-efficient way to donate from North America to Pisay, which replaces the Ayala Foundation remittance facility. There is also a MOA between PAASE and PSHS FI. So he also wishes good luck to your chapter. And Jane Garcia, my batchmate also. With Pauline, thank you and congratulations. So those from Mang Tides and Sir Eric. So Pauline, thank you so much for all your hard work in getting the North America Alumni chapter recognized. And of course, they're here to support you. And also Miko Casas sends the congratulations, and Sir Rafael Tudi of 94. They come a long way from that first Clean Tech dinner in 2017 in Manhattan. Now they are officially recognized and organized as an organization. So they come a long way, but they will go a very long way to spearhead and to initiate all the initiatives of the association.
Mabuhay, I am Lilia Habacon, the Executive Director of the Philippine Science High School System. Just like most high school and university student organizations, alumni associations aim to bring together like-minded individuals. As an organization, members share passion and are critical, yet proactive to the quantity and quality of support they give to their association. I am happy to see another area of development in the PSHS community, and I look forward to be working with you in pursuit of projects and interests that translate to PSHS core values of passion for excellence, pursuit of truth, and commitment to service into meaningful opportunities to give back, to help, and to guide your alma mater. Forming the official PSHS North America Alumni Chapter is a living proof that will bolster the Pisay Alumni Network and provide a forum to form new friendships, partnerships, and business relationships with people of similar background and to advance interesting, worthy causes. This achievement is a concrete proof that fosters a spirit of loyalty, which I am optimistic will promote the general welfare of your organization. I commend the PSHS National Alumni Association through the leadership of President Elaine Morales and the enablers and movers of the Philippine Science High School North America Alumni Chapter for this collaboration among Pisay graduates from all across the globe. I hope we can also encourage the formation of other PSHS alumni chapters abroad for a greater sense of camaraderie and a positive interdependence among Pisay alumni. Thank you very much for inviting me in this virtual event. More power to all of you. Keep safe.
All right, thank you, Ma'am Neil, for that inspirational message and for call for action for our as alumni to establish more chapters and to be more as one. And
Yun lang po, thank you. Thank you to the campus directors who joined us until the end of the program. Thank you po. Thank you, Ma'am Rachel. Ma'am Rachel. Okay, she's here. Ayan, sina Sir Ramil, Sir Jonald, Sir Frank, sino pa? Si Ma'am Shena. Okay. Si Ma'am Chuchi, she left earlier. Ayan. Thank you po, thank you. And soon, we'll have
Elaine.
Yes, we'll have similar ceremonies for the campus alumni associations. Ayan.
Thank you, Ma'am Elaine.
Thank you po, thank you.
Congratulations again to everybody. Great effort. Wow.
thank you po.
Amping.
To everyone.
Oh, Ma'am Elaine, thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Yeah.
everyone.
Thank you,
Thank you very
Bye.
much. Thank you very much.
North America chapter.
Congrats.
Keep in touch. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Pauline.
Keep safe,
Yeah, no.
everyone po.